keep your head above. I found a tidal wave begging to tear down the dawn. Memories like bullets, they fired at me from a gun.
It's been amazing. Yeah, this tour in general, like just going out with the Fray and being out for the summer in the big amphitheaters and the whole deal, it's definitely an awesome tour to be on. As far as for playing in front of a live audience, I'd say my favorite element is just that exchange of energy. You know, the idea that it's you performing the show, but then you have this audience that, depending on how into it they get, and you know, you sort of feed off of each other. And I think that's the great thing about live performances. It's always going to be spontaneous in a respect, because you have to play off of each other, including the audience has to play off of you too. So I love that.
Swim in the dark. There's no shame in drifting. Feel the tide shifting.
You want to talk about an embarrassing moment? I was literally on top of my piano at the end of the set. We were playing Milwaukee Summerfest. I was pounding the keys with my feet. I was standing on the action of the piano. I go to step down with my left foot, missed the keys, and I went head over heels on the stage. Like the last moment of the set, you know, everybody's on their feet. I'm freaking out, and I literally like took one of the gnarliest falls I've ever taken of my life. I got back on the piano, and I had to do like one last big thing to distract. So I picked up the keyboard and threw that in the air and broke that, and that was not a really logical thing to do, and ran off stage and iced my elbow and called it a day. I get inspiration from a lot of places. My parents who just walk by, for instance. You know, other artists, you know, the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson's been a huge source of inspiration for me, Tom Petty, the Heartbreakers. And then, you know, certain authors like Charles Bukowski, I found like his style of writing has had a huge influence on me in my writing, my prose, and that sort of thing. So, you know, you get it from everywhere. You know, I find inspiration driving down the street, looking at street signs. You know, something will hit you, and all of a sudden you'll want to write a song. You know, we've always spoken loosely about getting a reunion tour together or a set of dates. And I can see, I could see that happening sooner than later, but you know, nothing's for sure on that yet. I'm a bad guy with the 5-year question. I've learned time and time again that every time I think I know what's going to be happening 5 years from now, it ends up, you know, completely different. You know, but I mean, for me, obviously, I see myself making music. As far as a new record, I mean, I think at this point I'm sort of in the hatching stage. You know, just kind of trying to get to a place where I feel really comfortable and get a batch of songs together that kind of motivates me to push forward. So I'd say, like, hopefully 2010. I mean, if not early 2011, but I'll start working on it probably the very beginning, springish of 2010. Like, really kind of dig in the studio. All I ever ask for is just that I can be doing what I love, which is making songs.